This is the most desolate sacrifice to the sky. Flower season girl quilt. The villagers are dead on the ground, and her body is hard. An old cow who has made a lot of money. Beg for rain. Foolish villagers want to. They all offer sacrifices to the river god. A giant stern accompanied by a stingray hand. We lost some of our cows in the river. Foolish little villager. The river god knelt 3 times and worshipped 9 times. That's it, girl. She looked at her father, but my father was just silent. This is the next one. Girls get thrown in the river. To snow. She looked at her father with wide eyes, but her father only sent her to the river god. Serve the river god. Well, the girl looked at the world. Be a dog. No longer a woman. This is the first time. I'm about to fall. The girl's brother has arrived. They supported the landlord. Run away with the girl. The landlord's house's fire was chasing after him. My brother's brother had died under the mountain. They fled to a mountain. But the landlord has already sent people to ambush their Tilda. There are tigers and wolves. There are no pursuers. The girl looked away. If you must die? She wants to know how she will die. The girl caught the rope of the hanging rope in her sorrow. The warehouse is with the chasing people. Fortunately, girl death. She was carried by the river to Zizi. She was rescued by a kind mother-in-law. After learning that the girl's name is Snow, Granny-in-law gave her a new name, Snow Baby. Since then, the girl has a new identity. They taught the girl how to make ghee. Let her run freely on the grassland. They kneel down and bow down to the girl. Make a pilgrimage to Brahma in Zizang. And yet, here's the thing. Then a British probe entered and stopped. The man who is holding the watch is called Cass. He was an explorer. And Kerman next to him was a veteran. This is the same as 8 people will attack the Ming dynasty together. They are the ones who instruct the big money. You can tell them? This is the temple of God. Can't be too big. No, it will anger God. But they don't care. You are worshipping God. The manager asks again and again. But Kerman didn't care. On the way, they met a hidden merchant. According to the order, those who are empty-handed must be sold. And this is what happened to Kerman. Don't move. The reaction of others? Looking up to the sky. And Kerman's arrogance has really led to this. The snow avalanche on the mountain. Everybody was buried under the snow. But, fortunately, Gasong and Zujuan's family are just the right way. Save the black people. But the whole business will stay in the mountains forever. They were pinned to the pillar by 5 flowers. They found dirt on them. That's the hidden road. But that's a butterfly? People don't believe it at all. He ordered his men to stick to the fire barrels. To send them to heaven, under the influence of others, they set fire to it. Just like this. A soldier was in a hurry. The original British people have photos of Diking Special. It must be safe. I'm in a hurry. But the fire has already arrived at the top. The people at the bottom can't do it at all. It will take a long time to see the people. Gasong Zuexu received a water bag in his hand. As soon as he hit Gudo, he went up, successfully extinguished the flame, saved 2 people. It was the first rescue of Gasong. Markman sent him a fire. And then Kerman was deported. And you're suffering because of that? High temperature will not be refunded. Only leave? Due to the bravery of Gasong, the black woman, Dang Ju, took a fancy to him. He ordered the beetles on the Gasong mansion to lay down the beetle. But Gasong refused. Because his life was not about playing. It's survival. Except for wolves, I don't want to live. Danju is very happy with Gasong's answer. This is the mighty combat. I don't have a fearful heart. There is kindness etched in the bones. Can you show it to people and women? Gasong has ordered it without changing it, because his heart already has snow. On the way back, Gasong saw the snow, swimming in the river. He hurried down the river. He grabs the snow. She was dragged back to the shore. According to Tibetan customs, only every year, God Ui Ba Shinging ascends to the snow-capped mountain. You can go down to the river to take a bath. Otherwise, it will offend God. Lower the price. Kesang kneels in front of the statue in the snow. Devoutly pray for God's forgiveness. Yeah, everything is used by Danju. I can see clearly. The next day, my mother-in-law went to the street, in the snow. Then he gave her a dustpan.
雪儿心疼奶奶。
别了，还是要火柴吧。
我的喜儿大娃已经长大了，到了该带破稀的时候了。
On the way back, Grandma told Snow Percy's story. A long time ago, the Mount Everest Muse is combing. I accidentally dropped Percy off the ground, fell on the grassland. So Muse went down and looked for it. I happened to meet the little boy who was herding cattle. Shangqizi is very kind. He took Muse out on the prairie looking for Percy. They found Percy. We're caught in the river. But Shangfan has. Muse plans to return to heaven. Pray for the fulfillment of the Jade Emperor. The Muse of Percy. It's a beautiful lake. Become a token of love for others. Since then, the cattle herders stay in the lake day and night. Until you become a stone, Princess Wensheng goes into hiding. Wrong story. He ordered someone to carve the stone into a stone. Forever at the lake, waiting for the Muse of the heart. But the girl's life was soon shattered. Do you know how much Tibetans like cattle? They rub the cattle together and flatten it. Then the paste is on the... This thing can not only be used to prevent, you can use it to make a fire. But he was dumbfounded. He is also wearing the little boy's coat. Grab a handful of cows. Rub it vigorously. 1. Then the paste is on the before Zizang. And he thought, well, this is a barren place, but it was still felt by the Tibetan people who were affected by it. The people here are kind. New things have a strong curiosity. Thank you for saving the life of the Gasang family. You will often go and play with them. During this period, he was slapped with a black person's female pill bead, but Danju has already made up his mind. She beat Gasang, that brave but kind Samba. The next day she expressed her heart to Gasang. My father is marrying me. What does she think of Gasang? Gasang fell silent. He didn't sell Danju. It's snow. Silence is the best answer after a while. Danju night, just get up. I can't give up on Gasang. She didn't find the snow in private. Let him go as a black woman. He brought this up specifically. Snow bathing in the river.
管家，按法典，在格玛对巴星升起在雪山顶之前下河洗澡。他判什么罪啊？
应判剁去双脚。
怎么不跪下来求我？
还会跪下？
我并没有说他有罪了，我只是让他自己跪下，保证以后不再打扰我。好吧，我等着你。
Tibetan people are performing sacrificial activities in the sky, Gesang, and it caused a stir from the Tibetans. Suddenly, there was a black person outside the world. He's better than Gesang. Gesang's clothes. I directly drank a large basin of water. The human being has been shipped since the human being was shipped, as a tribute to the hero. Vince is leaving. He picked up the pill bead and gave it away. The Highland barley wine. He wanted to borrow it. But he didn't get drunk because he didn't drink well. The next day, Vince was on his way home. Until the very last, he can also confide in Danju. Danju took out the hope and watched him watch. Gesang is also not in the back. Send it to your friends. Foreigners are gone, and it seemed that life on the grasslands had returned to normal. But one day, the divine hand found it. Tibetans are heroes and heavy heroes. Gesang and he are the same as before. Treat him well with wine and food. But the wine is 3 rounds. The man didn't reveal the purpose of this trip. He is Zhujuang's brother. The last time he picked up his sister, he brought her home. Gesang is unwilling to accept snow. Ran out. That day, he drank to relieve his sorrows. Drink after drink. Until it started raining. The mood is blue, the snow is outside, and the cattle are outside. Consumption of cattle is obtained by lightning. Snow can only help the herd dancing with a whip. And I ended up on the moor floor. And Gesang, who has a hangover, is also woken up by thunder. He hurried to find the snow. On the empty grassland, Gesang anxiously shouted the name of Zhu Yuan. Snow, wait for me. And the snow has arrived here? In a trance, she seemed to see Gesang's figure. Gesang one-way order? Throw a snowflake. Then use your full strength. You pulled her up. Look at the frozen snow. Gesang Legion got up. Put a big bowl of blood on the cow. Feed the snow, drink it. The warehouse just pulled her back. This is the end of the day. Zhu Zian originally sent her a gift for Gesang. Can you lift it? I saw that Gesang was fighting. Look at yourself affectionately. Snow eyes. Kneeling kind family. The snow is gone. The lonely Gesang went to the side of the stone. This is the gallant Samba boy. This can no longer contain the love. I cried bitterly. And I suddenly went into a tailspin. Gesang, take a look back. It's my own snow. And she's running back to herself. The best people are the best people who are hugging each other. Danju looks at everything. I'm sorry. Until here. She just let go of a relationship. Heroes soar on the grassland. Snow snuggles up in Gesang's snuggle. They used to see life fade away. And suddenly, a cannon broke the ice. The invaders from across the ocean are... And he's walking on this earth with a cannon in his hand. Broadsword cannon. Facing the invaders who are armed to the teeth. The Tibetan people can only pick up the broadsword and turn to others. Can you cover it completely? It only took a few minutes. More than 1,500 Tibetan militia members. Forever collapsed in a pool of blood. Not at all. It's slaughter. And the name of the soldier is Zhang. He was blessed by the Tibetan people. It wasn't that long ago. This is the only way to do it. Gesang showed it at a glance. It was the British officer he had rescued. He's holding it in his hand. Walk forward with love. I plan to welcome my old friend. And the Tibetan guard in front of him motioned for Ying to stop. But Kerman ordered us to take out the guns. And Vince wanted to stop it. But it's too late! Gesang could never have imagined. Zhang's old friend actually used it. A good gun will reply to him. That represents respect and friendship. It was stained with blood. The invasion of the British. The Tibetan soldiers quickly gathered. You plan to fight to the death with the invaders? But the crafty cockman is hiding. The sentence is deliberately delayed. And then he quietly ordered his men to move to the highlands around. Wait until the first Tibetan soldier. And it's already too late. He wanted to tell himself that he was a soldier. Can you be shot by the British? Just over 1,500 Tibetan guards. He was killed by the invaders. And even Kerman did find one. We want to give him meat and ghee for his own food. The fruit was rejected by others. Somehow.
肉我们还要留着过
They
冬
need the grain and meat for the winter.
如果多余的话，还可以去喂狗。至于酥油，那是留着敬佛的。
眼见头人油盐不进，罗克曼又开始教唆起民族关系，却没想头人伸出5根手指。
藏族是这个，汉族是这个，回族是这个，蒙族是这个，还有满族、维族，许许多多的族。既然我们的祖先把我们结成一个家，家里的事
I won't bother you anymore. The Tibetans are unwilling to surrender, and Kerman just said one word and left. Gasang looked at the foreigners he had saved. And then you think about the homeless. His eyes were full of bewilderment and hatred, kind and pure. Him, I don't understand why. These are people who think they're civilized. How can you do this all at once? It's made by other people. Angry Wakeman. The worst was to give the order to attack. The limitations of Tibetans. It ran out soon. Yes, send it here. And the monk collapsed on his way up the mountain. Just as the Tibetans were about to light up. Brother Zuyon, who went early, it turned around again. He's here to support Tibetans, the good people of Tibet. He saved his sister. He wants to answer them. Just the always weak Princess Dianju. They also send people out. But what about the bow and arrow and broadsword? Is it the hands of the cannon? And the cannon? The Tibetan people are desperately resisting. But it's a manic weapon. Brother saved Danju. He died under the influence of others. And the British started looting again. They captured the temple.
将里面的文物一箱一箱的搜刮殆尽。由于剩下的藏民们据险而守，强行攻城一定会损失惨重。于是罗克曼便命人将丹珠压到了阵地上。看到心爱的女人受辱，琼斯愤怒地质问罗克曼：烧寺庙、抢文物、侮辱女人，这种连畜生都做不出来的事情，你罗克曼简直就是一个彻头彻尾的屠夫。面对琼恩的指责，罗克曼反手就给了他一巴掌。他告诉琼恩，每个人都有自己的立场，而自己是个将军，他的职责就是打胜仗和保护自己的手下，而不是妇人之仁。他转身走到了丹珠的面前，一把扯下了她的衣服，打算在所有人的面前羞辱她。看到女儿受辱，头人义无反顾地冲了出来。可是血肉之躯哪里是机枪大炮的对手？没过一会儿，所有人都倒在了前进的路上。看着深爱的父亲倒在眼前，丹珠的内心不只是悲凉，更多的是对侵略者的愤恨。他对着这片圣洁的山峰，唱起了一首能激励所有藏民的古老歌曲。优美的曲调回荡在这片雪域高原，仿佛是女神在抚慰所有失去亲人的桑巴汉子。他们也跟着唱了起来。这里是他们的草原，有他们的亲人，为了守护家园，哪怕是粉身碎骨也在所不惜。格桑听出了丹珠的心意，他站在城墙上，准备用最烈的酒为他送行。可就在格桑准备开枪时，丹珠的牦牛却率先冲了出来。他用牛角解决了一个又一个敌人，可最后还是死在罗克曼的枪下。混乱之中，丹珠拿起了一枚炮弹，拧开了引信。罗克曼慌了，他大叫着让丹珠住手。琼斯也站出来阻止丹珠，求他不要这样做，自己还有很多话要和他说。可丹珠却只回应了3个字：
来世吧。
Danju blew up the whole place with her own life. But it's not going to be released because of the weight of the loss, and he ordered Sodom to the front of the fortress and set up the cannon there, so they caught one. But then I realized that he was Ga's nephew. He plundered the moor with the invaders. Wait for it to be shipped. Soldiers are stuck in the quagmire. Immortal rescue. He was furious, and he pulled out his hand, and he decided to take revenge on his comrades. But the best thing about it is that it can be pulled. He fell to his knees and wept bitterly. Afternoon. The invaders attacked the fortress. There are no cannons. They will hit the orphan with a hit. Stab with a bayonet. Until the last soldier. Wait for the British to break into the fortress. Only Gasang was left holding the snow that had lost its life. This guy here, Kakman, reaches out to Kesang. It's done. He wanted to rebuild his home. But Gasang broke out with a wry smile. Kakman sends his ignition. He didn't understand at first. Why do you show your own kindness? The clansman is the big one. Since you are, then compensate yourself for not saving you. Gasang threw away the ignition. Its gasoline fired and fried, accompanied by a violent explosion. Gasang's heartfelt muse is back in the sky. And those criminal invaders, they're also sent back to their hometowns.